My main job that pays the bills 90% of the time is over at the American Cancer Society. I'm the director of web and interactive strategy, which means I handle all of our online marketing, social media, and manage our web development folks. My other things that I do are I'm one of the executive directors of Lights Camera Help, which is our new nonprofit film festival we're just getting off the ground, and I run my own marketing company doing freelance for people here in Central Texas.
What sort of marketing opportunities do you look for? Do you look for the hard and fast ROI, or do you kind of experiment with things and see what sticks?
Right now I'd say for at least like 85% of my clients, and I really like to work with clients and nonprofits that are brand new and just getting in the space. And I have a couple clients that have been around a while, but we're really, especially on the social media side, in the experiment space. I mean, you can go out and judge ROI, but you know, if you try and explain some of these new ROI terms to clients, it's a really hard sell. I mean, you could go in and have a Facebook fan page, and you go to Insights, and you click on Insights for that fan page, and you know, your ROIs are you had 6 new fans, which people understand, but it's also you had, you know, 32 likes, and 4 people that, you know, suggested it to another friend. And those are still kind of hard things to explain to people. But it's all there. We like to measure it. I think more, if anything, I like to try out new platforms, but still find my clients that hard ROI and try and explain it to them at the very least.
You kind of like to experiment with new platforms and such. What makes a platform even remotely interesting?
You know, I think, and especially this is something we go and explain to our clients, because a lot of clients will come, and whether it's in my own organization or whether I'm doing freelance for somebody, and say, I really want to try out Friend Feed, or, you know, we need to have a presence on xyz.net, and things like that, and we have to just sit back and look at how many people are on there, and who they're trying to sell to. I mean, it's the same stuff, you know, that your marketing professor told you like 15 years ago, or 5 years ago, or 3 years ago. But that's always the case. We're just applying it to new platforms to see who's there, do we really need to be on it, is it just something that you want to have fun with, or is it something that you'll actually get business out of?
Cool. So what inspires good marketing ideas?
I think, you know, form and function, and a lot of the stuff you see around artwork, like how you would know or understand a good piece of art. I think you can get that same kind of inspiration around that. I mean, one of the things that inspires me most when I'm thinking about clients is like if I'm out running, and it's just me and the road, you know, or maybe my dog's with me, and that's when I get my best ideas. Not in front of the computer, not at a coffee house or anything else like that. It's you need like a sort of looking for. You just need away time from the computer or from the screens and just get out and think about things. Have
you ever seen a website, a social media campaign, or a marketing campaign in general that you felt was just utterly brilliant?
The thing I'm in love with right now is Nike Plus. As a runner, the ability to have like all this data, and as like a geek and a nerd, and have all this data on my iPod, and all I have to wear on my shoe is this little tiny, you know, RFID tag or whatever it is, Bluetooth. The fact that I can do all that, it gives me all these stats, it compares me, I can challenge my friends, who's going to run the first to 50 miles, and then we can actually do that. All that, like, I'm just in love with the Nike Plus. You know, I haven't seen any of their TV commercials or their marketing around it, but just the website itself and the technology is killer. And maybe it's Apple, so they don't even need to, like, they just release things and people, like, worship it. So, you know, that might have a factor too. But if you guys haven't seen Nike Plus, especially like ACS, we're really around people getting healthy lifestyles, obesity is linked to cancer, and things like that. So the fact that this is getting people out and actually moving and challenging their friends and tracking how much, you know, calories they're burning, I think is amazing, just on the health side of it. And you know, they're not even marketing it as that, so that's a pretty cool thing.
Nice. Cool. What sort of marketing challenges have you faced, and how did you conquer them?
You know, I think if we go from the nonprofit angle, obviously limited budget. And I think the great thing about social media right now is that, you know, it's good for people to experiment in, but there's also that built-in ROI. I mean, people say they're experimenting on YouTube, but you can go and look on YouTube who's watched, how many people, from what countries, what ages. You know, you can experiment on Facebook, but then you can go back to your fan page and hit the Insights button and go in and see likes and comments and how many people subscribed. Did you send an email, you know, did you send a message out to all your fans and 6 of them unsubscribed? I mean, those are all things you can really play with. So I think those are challenges, is the cost. But right now, social media evens that playing field for nonprofits because it's free. I mean, anyone can have a Facebook fan page, anyone can have a Twitter account, anyone can go to YouTube and upload a video, anyone can go to sharinghope.tv and upload a video. I mean, all these platforms out there are free right now. And get in there and experiment, but then, like I said, you can turn around and actually show management results based on those. And I think the problem is nonprofits are just scared to experiment because they're used to, okay, we send out an email campaign, we need A and B testing, and oh, we're going to get so many unsubscribes, and it's, you know, $5 per 1,000 that we're sending out. But, you know, they can be doing that same sort of thing and still collecting those old school emails, but they can be doing that on all these different social networking platforms for a lot cheaper.
So on a personal note, what would you might point to as one of your biggest marketing achievements?
I think right now we're really gearing up for Lights Camera Help and getting that off the ground. And we looked around, there's all these film festivals, but there's not a film festival for nonprofits. And nonprofits, you think PSAs, you think, you know, really janky 1970s stuff that's on at 3 o'clock in the morning on Time Warner, right? But in reality, nonprofits are having these huge documentaries made about them. Cause-driven organizations are having these great, you know, PSAs directed by famous directors and things like that. But there's nowhere to showcase this. So we're getting that all out. Right now we're just marketing the heck out of it, really getting on, you know, everywhere we can be seen and heard. And then we're going to turn around and actually have a film festival. So right now is the call for entries. And then next month would be the actual film festival and charging people however much per ticket to actually go and see these films and what they're like and who's in them and things like that. And so that's one of my greatest successes, I think, right now, marketing-wise, is that we're actually getting a lot of entries in. You know, because a lot of these nonprofits are saying, hey, we have 3 employees, I don't have time to send you a film. But the fact that we're marketing so hard and heavy to them that they're actually getting entries in is a great success. So my other biggest success would be with Sharing Hope TV, which we just launched a year ago, and it is the platform for anyone to tell their stories, upload photos, video, audio, or artwork about their cancer story. So you have YouTube, which is this huge, you know, fire hose of video. And Sharing Hope TV is very laser focused on just stories about cancer. And we launched that, did the marketing, we have tons of people visiting the site, we have tons of videos. And it was just picked up by our national organization, actually, just a month ago to kind of put some money behind it and get the ball rolling more. So you can check that out at sharinghope.tv.
Do you have any last words of advice to any nonprofits or small business owners on what they could do or should do with their marketing as they go forward here?
You know, I think I like to break it down by this, and that's experiment. If you're not on these social networking platforms, get on it yourself. Upload a photo of your dog if you don't want people to see what you look like. Go find your friends, they're already on there. Experiment, and then once you're comfortable, turn that around and go and sell that to your business. So it would be experiment. My number 2 tip would be video. If you're not doing video, you should. Flip cameras are $100. If you're a nonprofit, you can get in the Spotlight program with Flip, and it's 2 for 1. So every time you buy a camera, Flip sends you another camera for you to use as your nonprofit. So, you know, video is my number 2. My number 3 thing is definitely, you know, if you're out there doing email campaigns, just be really targeted. I mean, think about the amount of email that you get, and then think about the amount of email that you're sending out. And make sure, you know, the basics, make sure people are opting in, you're not grabbing lists from here and there. So, you know, experiment and then pass it along to your clients. Video, and then, you know, review definitely what you're doing as far as email and things like that. Those are my 3 tips.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, David J. Neff, Mr. Multifaceted Man from the American Cancer Society and Lights Camera Help and his own consulting firm. Awesome. Thank you, David. We will see you around.
Thanks. Bye, guys.